Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andrew Santowski. I'm giving you my official UFC 270 Ngannou vs. Gane official predictions. And man, I'm looking forward to this, man. What a heck of a pay-per-view to start off the year 2022. Absolutely amazing. It's taking place today, Saturday, January 22nd, 2022. First prelims begin at 7. We lost a couple fights yesterday at weigh-in day. But man, I've really looked over my picks, changed some picks up just as of now. And I'm ready to give you my official predictions. So going into the first fight, women's flyweight fight, Jasudavicius against Kay Hansen. Kay Hansen's stepping up to flyweight now. She's a former strawweight fighter. She's still young, 22. I think she's got an OnlyFans that people keep referencing. But she hasn't fought, man, in over a year. She hasn't fought since November of 2020. Unbelievable. In a fight against Corey McKenna, in which I thought she should have probably got the nod in, but she didn't. So now she's stepping up a weight class here, which is all right. You know, she's small. She's only 5'2", 60. I think she's gonna have a hard time in this weight class. It may not appear in this first fight, but my pick is gonna be Jasudavicius. I wasn't too impressed by her on the Contender Series. She seems kind of slow and plodding. Good takedowns, but she's got a lot of length here, reach. She normally fights at flyweight. So, yeah, my pick will be Jasudavicius here. She's a plus 170 dog, I believe, on the books, or plus 185 on 5 dimes right now. But my pick will be Jasudavicius. I just don't know. I just don't see how you could possibly lay that type of chalk on Hansen here. So next up, Vanessa Dinopolis against Savannah Juarez. And this is another fight. Women's strawweight fight here. 115. Is this 115 pounds? Yeah, 115 pounds. And I'm all over the underdog here, man. I mean, I really think that there's value at plus 122 on Juarez here against Dinopolis. Dinopolis, she got pieced up by Aldridge. She showed a lot of heart in that fight. If she can get takedowns here against Savannah, this will be her path to victory. She's a former dancer, I believe. But I just don't, like I said, man, low-level women's mixed martial arts, and I say with most fights, I don't know how you can lay the chalk here, so my pick will be Savannah Juarez. Next up, Frevola against Gernardo Valdez. This is a fight that I kind of flip back and forth, man. Frevola's been rocked in a couple of his fights. Got put out by Terrence McKinney in his last fight real early on. He's been dropped and put out by a couple dudes. You know, he fought Arman Saruki, no shame in that. But he lost to Polo Reyes, who's no longer even in the UFC. He got dropped. So, man, this guy's got a susceptible chin. And he's going up against a guy that's kind of a pure boxer. He was like on minus 1,100 on the Contender Series against Patrick White. And, dude, he was on the verge of losing for Patrick White spit out his mouthpiece. But my pick will be Frevola here. Definitely do not bet this fight. Minus 175. A lot of money coming in on Valdez. And I understand it. I mean, for an underdog, he could definitely put out Frevola here, man. But I think the longer this fight goes on, Frevola can just ground and pound him, wrestle him, control him. Possibly lock up a sub, too. So my pick will be Frevola. Next up, Tony Gravely against Simon Oliveira here. And there's a lot of love coming in Oliveira here. I just don't see it, man. I wasn't really too impressed by the guy in the Contender Series. I am impressed by Gravely. He beat Jose Alday by decision. So he's got a lot of guillotine finishes on his record. A lot of first-round finishes, which is alarming to me. Tony Gravely, guy that goes to decisions, man. Great wrestler. He's been trying to show off his stand-up. I mean, he was dominating Nate Maness in that fight. Kind of, I don't know if he just kind of got too cocky or just too happy with the stand-up, man. Nate Maness is a great fighter, not taking nothing away from him. But Tony Gravely, man, he's really putting his boxing together. He's really falling in love with his stand-up. But, man, this guy's a great wrestler, man. His UFC debut against Brett Johns 2 years ago, that was a clinic, man. It was a wrestling clinic. And, man, I would, like I said, this guy can really grapple. So, hopefully he mixes that up today. And I'm going to take Tony Gravely here. Jack Della Maddalena, or JDM, against Pete Rodriguez. Credit to Pete Rodriguez for taking this fight on short notice. He's got four first-round finishes, man. And he's got his hands full right now against JDM. JDM looked spectacular, man. I'm glad this guy's making his UFC debut. He dominated that Ange Lusa, and he was an underdog in that fight. Looking forward to seeing what this guy can do in the UFC. He's definitely a bright Australian talent the UFC has here, and they can really market this guy, especially in that region of the world. And yeah, I think he's gonna be. Welterweight is a Shark Tank, so we don't really know his ceiling. But hey, I'm excited to have the guy in the UFC. Ronnie Barcelos against Victor Henry. Victor Henry, man, he's got a real deceptive build, man. Doesn't even look like the guy really trains. Looks real lean, non-muscular. But the guy's record is nice, 21-5. Got a ton of experience. Excited for this guy to make his UFC debut, man. Maybe Barcelos pieces him up, but are you going to lay minus 500, 450 on Barcelos? I wouldn't, man. I don't trust the guy. The guy's already 34. I think Henry is 34 as well. He is. But I'm going to take Victor Henry here as a dog, man. I just can't understand people just putting Barcelos in parlays and all this shit, man. My pick will be Henry. Next up, main card. Michael Morales against Trevin Giles. And I'm all over Giles in this fight, man. Making his welterweight debut. Looked good on his drop down to welterweight. Against Michael Morales and other Contender Series guys are trying to hype. I don't think that's going to fare too well for most of the Contender Series people tonight. But my pick is going to be Giles, man. Cody Stamann against Syed Nurmagomedov. I was leaning Stamann real early. I just changed my pick to Syed. I think Syed looked good at the weigh-ins. I think he's got a size advantage. Definitely the better stand-up guy. I could see maybe Stamann taking the third round or something. That second round will be critical. If Cody can get any type of takedown game going, he should win this. But I like Syed here, man. Hopefully this guy can start rising the bantamweight ladder here. And no bet, but he's currently a minus 185 favorite. Next up in a fight that I kind of was leading the underdog in, but changed my pick to the favorite. Andre Filo against Michel Pereira. Pereira, very dangerous guy, climbing the welterweight ladder here, man. His original opponent, Muslim Salikov, pulled out. I was leaning Pereira in that fight anyhow. But he's on a nice three-fight win streak, man. He's kind of got serious about his training and all that and not expending as much energy. I like the guy here, man. This guy will fight anybody. He's got a crazy unorthodox style. And, but, he's taking his training seriously now, which is what I like, man. And, he trains in Vegas, trains with all the good people. Andre Filo, man, this guy can really make a name for himself if he puts out Michel Pereira here. He's coming off, a first-round finish over UFC vet Stefan Sekulik. Beat Puig, beat James Vick, and I think that was James Vick's last, man. James Vick's had a rough road in his last few fights, man. But I'm going to take Pereira here, man. Can't fault anybody for wanting to take a dog shot on Filo, but it's not for me. Brandon Moreno against God of War, Davison Figueiredo. Some of Figueiredo's tactics or antics at the weigh-ins kind of worry me. I don't like all that showboating, all the, seems like he's really worked up. But, man, the thing is, though, a lot of that could be an act. A lot of that could be who he is. But this guy's in fight-ready shape, man. And he was training at fight-ready with Henry Cejudo, and that's what really has me leaning towards this guy, man. Unless Brandon Moreno really hurts this guy, I could see this fight going to the decision. I could see this being a really close fight. Maybe Figgy can put Moreno out of there. I do like Brandon Moreno as a person and as a champ, but man, it's all about the odds. And you're gonna give me a guy like Figueiredo who's been training with Cejudo. You're giving me a plus 155, plus 159 underdog in Figueiredo. I gotta take the bet on Figueiredo here, and. So my pick will be Davison Figueiredo here to win this fight. Francis Ngannou against Cyril Gane. I do like this fact. I do like the fact that Cyril Gane is the more well-rounded fighter. That's undeniable. Guy's gone 5 rounds multiple times. Mixes in takedowns, mixes in striking, has great reach. He's a humble person, nice guy, man. This guy could be, a great leadership. A great champion leader here, a role model for people. But Ngannou, man, he's got that power, and it's just, you know, there's a lot. This fight has a lot more on the line for Ngannou than it does Gane. Ngannou's got the UFC contract negotiations going. He wants to box Tyson Fury. He wants to negotiate his contract. There's all types of stuff, man. There's a lot of pressure on Ngannou here, man. And you're gonna give me a plus 125 on Ngannou, and this guy's always a notorious favorite. He was a favorite in his in a title challenger fight. He was the challenger to Stipe Miocic in their second fight last April. Or last March, that he came victorious in, man. I was on Miocic. So now you're getting plus 125 dog odds on Ngannou. So I will lean Ngannou here. I can see Gane pulling this off. I'm not sold that Ngannou can absolutely clip and put out Gane. But, again, it's the odds, man. The odds are telling me that you got to look Ngannou here. So I am going to pick Ngannou. But I can definitely see Gane for the path to victory as well. So, but these are my picks, guys. I'll run them down real quick for you again. Ngannou, Figueiredo, Pereira, Nurmagomedov, Giles, Henry, Maddalena, Gravely, Frevola, Juarez, and Jasudavicius.